Guys, welcome back to Kuma Reviews. What we're taking a look at today is Iron Factory's IFEX-49 Void Legion. So, of course, this is their homage to Scourge. It is their IDW guys, so I'm assuming this is their homage to IDW Scourge. I'm not familiar, like I said in the last review, with Void Tyrant, Galvatron, Scourge, Cyclonus. Not familiar at all with the comic variants of them, so you guys will have to school me in the comments with their, their canon and things like that. But looks cool, looks like a great design. And as you can see here, it comes with 3 different heads, 3 sets of different shoulder pads, a variety of hands, the guns. These pieces over here, there's a scythe. But then there are more blades, as well as different things to attach these blade pieces to. They can become swords, they can become gun-type weapons. I don't know if they're supposed to be a crossbow or what, but they also attach to the forearms as well. It's pretty cool stuff, and we'll go over all of it. So this you can make pretty much 4 different main variants of them. But with the mix and match pieces and stuff like that, I mean, it's countless how many unique designs you can create. So we'll go over the 4 variants that are shown on the box, as well as the figure itself in both of its modes, and let's get to it. Alright, let's get it started with going ahead and taking a look at its height. Looks to be around that 4 1/4. But let's see what he actually is. He is actually 4 at the dot to this piece of his head. Alright, and if you guys also note that there's paint on my hands or anything like that, try to wash them as best as possible. But frankly, I've been out in the garage painting and doing house projects and stuff like that, so no regrets. Giving you guys a roundabout here. Again, 4 inches. And let's go ahead and move this over to the side a bit. I know my logos tend to be on the viewer's left. Alright. And getting started here, he does have these nice big wings, good span to him, but I don't like that back here. This is the farthest they go back. If they could go back even a little bit farther, just for the sake of getting them out of the way, because this middle piece, there are 3 sections of them. 1, 2, 3. That middle piece does crowd the arms pretty good. Not a big fan of that, so it kind of is what it is. Now that piece can't go back. The middle piece can technically go forward, not back, but again, the arms, and then the last piece, good articulation, but they all only go back flat, and that really hinders what you can do with this figure in terms of articulation and things like that. Now the middle and outer piece of the wing, they each go in and out, in and out. They do have that swivel there. Okay. Now looking at the figure itself, the head, great up and down head tilt. I wish that their Void Tyrant had this. So he actually has a hinge there that lets him look farther down than the ball joint even. But the ball joint, of course, 360. This head has a beard on it. So got to take that into account, but still does 360. Rock side to side, but again, up and down, and then he has that rocker that lets him do that. Alright, and that really helps because he has great ab crunch, just like the Void Tyrant. So, parallel. That's with the shoulder pad. The shoulder pad, as you can see, opens up a bit, and then you can go even further. Alright. Roundabout, of course, with the wings there, not really much you can do, but technically can go 360. Bicep swivel, 360 there. Elbow joint, single joint, just to 90 degrees. It's crazy that the standards have risen so much that just 90 degrees. I remember back when classics first came out and stuff like that, man, 90 degrees was freaking great. But ball joint with an extended peg, so you do have that all-way rock, as well as the 360 at the wrist. Okay. Now looking at the waist, 360. And then no back bend, but ab crunch like crazy. That's actually really good. Especially for a legend scale figure. You got to take that into account too. Now these side skirts, they don't move all the way up, but they do have some movement there. No rocking back and forth. Do these other plates move? No, but they don't need to. The back plate does. So let's take a look. Sideways, forward, definitely stand to go a bit more forward, and just making sure those don't, because it looked like there was a gap there, but I am not sure. They do move up a little bit. They are actually blocked by the abs, so there you go. But there's that. Get this plate moved out of the way. There's that. So you see how the plates really help. Single jointed knee, but goes a little bit past 90. I would still call that 90, but it's like 90-ish. All right. Foot, forward, back. Is there any movement in the feet itself? No. Rock. Bam, bam. Okay. Not a lot of ankle tilt, which is unfortunate. Let's give him an open hand on the left. And let's just give the old trans fan 2 blast the camera. Alright. I wonder if that guy's still around. I don't really do the message boards as much and stuff, but he definitely made that a thing. God bless him. Alright. And again, some additional ankle tilt here would really help him. I actually like that with the ab crunch and stuff. I ain't gonna lie. And before I get too far into things, thank you very much, Iron Factory, for sending me this figure to review. Otherwise, you can get yours. TF Source, link will be in the description. But there we go. We'll start looking at some of these accessories. Okay, so taking a look at the 3 optional heads here. So, we've got more of a plain face there. Mask face, and I don't know if that's an open mouth or a mustache. For the sake of things, I'm gonna go ahead and say mustache. Let's go with that. And it's neat because they're all different. I don't know what they'd be called. Because they're not blasters on the top of the head, are they? I'm not exactly sure. Alright. There's that. It does come with 3 additional shoulder pad styles as well. The cool part about this is that all of these can be used in the transformation, and they each have different kinds of thrusters and things like that on them as well. So, pretty cool stuff. I like that they were forward thinking with the implementation of these swap parts. No matter what combination you have on these, it transforms just the same. Just a different look in the end. Okay, so we talked about the blades and the different combinations you can make with these weapons. So, for example, here's the one to make it to a sword, for all intents and purposes. And it looks like I put that on the wrong direction. So we'll do that. There you got a sword. Okay. And the swords, just heads up, they do look to face different directions. So like for this hand, I would probably do the one where the blade's not exposed like that. Oops. And of course I grabbed the wrong thing, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, that's a lot better of a look. I like that. Then you've got this guy here. It's like a blaster type apparatus. I'm going to go ahead and get that into the hand first. Separate that. Get that in. Okay, boom. Oh. Oh, I'm knocking it all around. there's that. And lastly, there are the forearm, like the gauntlet type deals. That just peg in. Right there. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and just make a couple of combinations and give you guys a roundabout so you can see how they look. Okay, here's one variant. Again, I'm just going by the 4 that they have on the package. And I do wish that he had a double jointed bicep just so you can get that, holding something over the shoulder pose a little bit better, but there we go. Different shoulders using the forearm gauntlets as well. Okay, here he is. This is the mask face. Now, one difference with these shoulder pieces, well, I guess all of them are size specific because they each have a hole in the back. That's how they peg in. So, I'm going to cut myself off there, but yeah. And obviously, he's using the dagger variants of the weapons. Alright, and last of the 3 variants that I'm showcasing in this review. So, it's got that last head. Completely different style, open face, but different helmet shape and things like that. I love these shoulder pads, probably my favorite of all of them. And he's got both the claw and the blaster crossbow style going there with the weapons. Yeah, and all you do for that is reverse the directions of the blade pieces. So this uses all 4 blades, so I had to take the one that comes on the scythe off as well. But yeah. Now we can work on getting this guy transformed. Alright, and here we go. Now he's next to a number of their figures. So this is Catastrophe. This is City Commander Full Armor version, I believe that's his name. Void Tyrant. As well as, it's either Blaze Dash or Bolt Runner. It's a 2-pack of Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. I don't remember which one he is, but yeah. It's their Sideswipe. Right, just so you can see how he scales next to things. Pretty cool. And Iron Factory has done a lot of freaking figures thinking about it. It's actually pretty frightening. But he's also holding his blaster as well. Okay, now getting this guy transformed, we're just going to go ahead and go right by the instruction booklets directions on this. So... And I had the shoulder pads wrong this whole time. So they're apparently supposed to actually go... Well, I had one side right, the other side not. But like that, right? So, put these up. Boom. Boom. And then from there... It's so hard trying to work with these damned wings in the back that it's not even funny. And then the joints... on this one are nice and tight too, so I'm going to take the shoulder pads off for a second while I do this. But you just basically move the arms up. It's pretty straightforward stuff, but even getting them up like that is a pain in the butt with those wings in the way. I do not like it at all. So, okay. Everything's facing forward. Arms are facing forward, then you take the forearms, face them inwards. So, making sure you know where you're supposed to be. So, boom, boom. Alright. So, head backwards, turn the whole figure around. This wing pack comes out and then goes downwards. And again, it's damn shoulder pads. I can't think of a better way for them to have been implemented, but man, it is pretty darn annoying trying to do this. So, okay, bring that down, like so. Okay. This whole headpiece goes back, all right? Head and collar. Now for this, instructions are kind of vague. I want you to take the back of these and flip them around. What you have to do though, you have to flip the back of the calf out first and then bring it around. It won't just go around while it's down. So give yourself some space, even if you have to push it back with the foot a little bit like that. Boom, around, boom. Okay? And that's what you should have. Bring it back to the front. Now, one thing that I forgot from the last transformation that I should have had this whole time, the feet should be out like that. Not a huge aesthetic difference, but you should have that little horn right there, all right, or spur, whatever you want to call it. Flip them inwards. Now the whole foot will go back. Whole foot goes back. And then like a lot of Iron Factory figures, it kind of L's the leg, all right. Okay. And then flip these around. And there's going to be one side with a peg, right? And that heel spur flips downwards. So then you can go boom, boom. Bring them together, okay? All right. So we got this, we got this. Everything's around and down. And what we're doing from there, we're bringing the wings around. And there are pegs right here that will peg into there on the end of the wing. So bring it around. Find that, boom. Bring it around, find that, boom. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Make sure that it's flat. Okay, there you go. Then the last piece is just pegging the gun on top. Now, while I'm knocking everything everywhere, Iron Factory does have stands. I'm going to see if I can find one of those quickly so I can give you guys a proper roundabout. And I don't know how well you can see the stand on my LCD. It doesn't show very well, but it comes with a stand adapter, and it does have one of the Iron Factory stands. You can probably see a little bit better doing like that. But for the sake of giving you guys a roundabout, and it's nice because you can actually move it forward and backwards and stuff like that. And again, depending on what setup you have, the thrusters will look different as well as the back of the head. I mean, pretty straightforward stuff. Let me zoom in so you guys can get a view something proper. Lighten it up a bit. Yeah. And now let's see if we can't lean it downwards so you guys can see what the front looks like as well. Alright. That's kind of sloppy. Let's clean that up a bit. Okay. So you guys can see what the front looks like. Get this pointed back. So you can get a proper view of the back. And there we go. This has been Iron Factory's Ex-49 Void Legion. Their homage to the comic version IDW Scourge. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.